Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. I am Neha Paryani, and in this session we are going to discuss another set of MCQs on fundamentals of partnership accounting. This is the second part of the video. First part in the we have already discussed, in which we have discussed the first set of questions. Okay, and we will be discussing MCQs on all the chapters relating to accounts. Okay, so let us start with today's video. So first of all, let us discuss the homework question which I gave you in the previous session. So 10th question was homework for you. Question is the method of maintaining capital accounts of partners in which only partners capital account is prepared is. So options are A, fixed method, and B, fluctuating method. So I have already told you that when uh, the partners capital accounts are prepared through fixed method, there we have to prepare two accounts. Okay, one is partners capital account and another one is partners current account. Clear? So there the partners capital will be fixed. Any other transactions with the partner and firm will not affect the capital of the partners. Okay, basically we will prepare two accounts in the first method, fixed method. Then in the fluctuating method, we will prepare only one account, only one single account, which is called partners capital account. It includes information about everything, about partners capital, their additional capital, their drawings, any other transaction made between partners and firm. It includes everything in a single account. So the method in which only partners capital account is prepared is option B, fluctuating method. Then let's start with today's questions. So first question is, the purpose of preparation of profit and loss account is to. Okay, why do we prepare profit and loss appropriation account? See, it is in the name itself, appropriation, right? For a sole proprietor firm, we prepare profit and loss account, right? So in that we will get a net profit or net loss for the firm. If the owner is single, in like how is it in case of sole proprietor firm, then all of that net profit will be taken over by the single owner, or if there is any net loss, it would be bared by the single owner. Now in case when there are more than one owners, okay, then whatever the profits we get from profit and loss account, they needs to be distributed, right? Suppose I prepared profit and loss account and I am getting net profit of rupees 20,000. Okay, and there are three partners, A, B, and C. Okay, now I have to distribute these profits among the partners, right? So for distribution of profits and losses, I prepare profit and loss appropriation account. It is in the name itself, appropriating the profits or losses from profit and loss account. Basically, this account is prepared after preparing profit and loss account. Here, so this is prepared for the purpose of appropriation of profits and for finding out divisible profits. Okay, so again in this account, certain more transactions will be done, like interest on capital will be given to partners, interest on drawings will be charged from the partners. If any if any salaries, commission, bonus, any kind of remuneration to be given to partners will be taken in this account. Okay, so the transactions between firm and the partners will be taken in this account, and at last we can find out the divisible profits out of this. Here, so this is the purpose here for appropriating or for distributing the profits or losses from the P&L account and for finding divisible profits. This is the purpose. Then second question is, interest on partners capital is adjusted by transferring it to dash side of P&L appropriation account. Okay, so if you do not know the format of P&L appropriation account, so format is basically same like every other account. Okay, it has two sides, debit side and credit side. Okay, now credit side. Now you need to remember, whatever firm has to pay to the partners, okay, whatever firm has to pay to the partners will be recorded on the debit side, and whatever firm has to receive from the partners will be recorded on the credit side. Is this clear? Then now interest on capital is adjusted by transferring it to dash side of P&L appropriation account. So interest on partners capital, firm will pay to the partners, right? So partners have made the capital investment into the business. On that, they will be getting certain interest from firm. Clear? So here firm pays interest on capital to the partners. So obviously we will adjust it by taking it on the debit side as interest on capital. So certain amount of capital will be given, and rate of interest will also be given. So we can simply multiply interest on capital and take it on the debit side of P&L appropriation account. Okay, you just have to remember that whatever firm pays to the partners will be taken on the debit side in P&L appropriation account. Now assume there was interest on drawings given here, interest on partners drawings, okay, instead of capital. Then, so drawings, partners are withdrawing certain amount. Now partners has to pay this amount to the firm, right? Partners should pay interest on drawings to the firm. Okay, so firm is receiving that amount. Firm is receiving that amount from the partners. So interest on drawings will take it on the credit side. Interest on drawings. Okay, we will take that on the credit side and amount. Here again, amount of drawings will be given. The date of drawings will be given, and also interest on rate of interest on drawings will be given. Okay, so yes, so only these 2 points you need to remember. Then next question. So when the time of withdrawal is not mentioned, interest on drawings is charged for dash months. Yes, this is an important question here. So as I told you, when you're finding out interest on drawings or when you're calculating interest on drawings, what information we need? We need amount of drawings. Okay, then we need rate of interest. Okay, then another thing needed is date of drawings or date of withdrawal. Okay, so usually these two things will definitely be given. Without these we cannot find out interest on drawings. Clear? Sometimes date might not be given in the question, the date on which the drawings were made. Okay, so in this case we do not charge interest on drawings for full year from the partners. In this case we take average of 6 months. Okay, so when date of withdrawal is not mentioned in the question, interest on drawings is charged for average of 6 months, so which I can write it as 6 by 12. Okay, so it will be charged on average of 6 months. So you need to remember this. Even while doing working notes, when solving problems, you need to remember this thing. Okay, so when date is not mentioned, interest on drawings will be charged on the average of 6 months. I can write it as 6 by 12. Here, this is the answer. Then 14, which is not a feature of partnership business. Okay, you can say characteristic also. Okay, first of all, ease of formation. Yes, it is not so complicated. Forming and partnership business is easy. You need to get registered under Indian Partnership Act 1932. Okay, then so limited liability, this is not at all a feature of partnership business or partnership firm. Okay, all the partners in the partnership firm has unlimited liability. We need to remember this. Okay, they have unlimited liability means what? Suppose partnership firm has debts, okay, which needs to be repaid, and if there is no enough resources, if there are no enough resources for the firm to pay, suppose, so for partnership firm has taken loan of rupees 2 crore, okay, 2 crores. Now the firm does not have enough money, does not have enough financial resources to pay off this loan. Okay, firm suppose only has 1.8 crores. Okay, so remaining 20 lakh rupees will be partners has to bear this debt of the firm. Okay, so this is unlimited. Here liability is unlimited. It is not restricted only up to the capital invested by the partners. Okay, in case when required, so the personal assets of the partners can also be affected. If firm is in deficiency, if firm does not have enough resources, personal assets of the partners will definitely be affected. Whatever deficiency or losses occurs, partners have to face by themselves. So they have unlimited liability towards the business. So this is not a feature of partnership firm. Okay. So remaining two are, you can say they are features only, limited life in the sense. So at one certain point, firm can be dissolved. Okay, firm can be dissolved. It's not like there is a restricted or a fixed period of time. Okay, but we can easily dissolve the firm. Then mutual agency, it's very important. Mutual agency in the sense mutual agreement between the partners. It's very necessary when two or more persons are carrying on business. It's very important to have mutual understanding or mutual agreement on every topics. Okay, if it does not have that, then there are many chances of arising disputes in the business organization. So these three, A, C, and D, are definitely features of partnership business, but limited liability is not the feature of partnership firm. It's the feature of a company. Okay, so later I'll tell you what is the difference between a firm and a company. Clear? So B is the answer here. Then 15th question. When Partnership Act is enforced? Okay, options are when there is no partnership deed. Option B, when there is partnership deed, but there are differences of opinion between the partners. Okay, option C, when capital contribution by the partner varies. Or option D, when partners' salary and interest on capital are not incorporated in the partnership deed. Okay, so most of the people get confused here. They think that when there is a difference of opinion, we have to take an legal action, so Partnership Act will be enforced. But no, it's not correct here. Okay, remember partnership deed will interfere. No, sorry, Partnership Act will interfere, or we have to follow the provisions of Partnership Act only when there is no partnership deed. Okay, why do we create a partnership deed or an agreement? So that in case any disputes arises in future, okay, so we can refer the deed, and as per deed we can take the required measures. Okay, when there is difference of opinion between the partners, partnership deed will be referred. Okay, however, whatever is mentioned in the partnership deed, that will happen, right? So Partnership Act will only be enforced, or provisions of Partnership Act will only be enforced when there is no partnership deed at all. Okay, when there is no partnership deed at all. So answer is option A. Okay, then next question. A and B are partners without any agreement. Okay, A has given a loan of rupees 50,000 to the firm. At the end of the year, loss was incurred in the business. Okay, this point is important. Following interest may be paid to A by the firm. Okay, so assume A is one among our partners only. Three partners are there, A, B, and C. A is one of our partner, and he is giving loan of rupees 50,000 to the firm. Here, so 50,000 rupees loan is being given by one of the partner to the firm. Now it's the duty or it's the liability of the firm to pay interest, right? Pay interest on loan, correct? So, but in this year, firm is facing losses, or firm is incurring losses. So they are asking us, so what rate of interest should be provided in case of losses when there is no agreement? Okay, so remember one thing, when there is no agreement or when there is no partnership deed, provisions of Partnership Act 1932 says interest on loan should be given at 6% per annum. Okay, so 6% per annum is clear. So then there is another point here. They are telling at the end of year, firm is incurring losses. Now in this case, so in this case also remember, interest on loan will be given even when firm faces losses. Okay, so interest on capital and interest on drawings will not be charged when there is no partnership deed and when firm incurs losses. But providing interest on loan is necessary. It's mandatory for the business, even though there are losses. Okay, so certain payments we need to do even though when there are losses, so we call them as profits, charge against profits. Okay, certain charges we need to pay even when firm incurs losses, and interest on loan is one among them. Clear? So 6% per annum is the correct answer here according to provisions of partnership deed. Okay, you might choose option D, but it is wrong. As there is loss, interest cannot be provided. It's wrong. Okay, so interest on loan is charge against profit. Means even though there is loss, we need to pay this interest on loan. So option B, 6% per annum is the correct answer. Then 17th question. So interest on capital will be paid to the partner if provided in partnership deed, but only out of, okay, options are A, profits, B, reserves, C, accumulated profits, or D, goodwill. Okay, so when we need to pay interest on capital? First of all, when there is no partnership deed, we do not have to pay interest on capital to the partners. Okay, in the absence of partnership deed, no interest on capital will be given or charged. Here, now they are telling there is a partnership deed, but we can give interest on profit, interest on capital only out of profits. Okay, so this is only out of profits. Here, if there are profits in the firm will pay interest on capital. If in case the firm is incurring losses, then firm is not liable to pay interest on capital in that case. Okay, in that particular period. So it's completely opposite of the 16th question. Here we were talking about interest on loan. Here, interest on loan is mandatory. It is a charge against profit. Okay, even though there is loss, we need to pay. But here in this case, first of all, only when there is partnership deed, we need to pay interest on capital. Okay, when there is partnership deed, but firm faces losses, in that case, we do not have to pay interest on capital. Okay, this is we call it as appropriation of profits. Here, charge against profits, appropriation again of profits. I hope you understand. So option A is the correct here. Then, uh, which of the following is not taken into consideration while preparing profit and loss appropriation account? Options are A, interest on capital, B, interest on drawings, C, rent paid to partners, or D, salary to the partners. Okay, now again the same concept or same thought you need to apply here, that is charge against profits or appropriation of profits. Okay, so interest on capital, interest on drawings, and salary to partners are appropriation of profits. Means what? When there is profits, this will be charged. Okay, and rent to the partners is charge against profits. It means even though if there is loss, we need to pay the rent. It's mandatory. Okay, so this thing is not considered. Rent paid to partners is not considered in the profit and loss appropriation account because it's charge against profit. Option C is the correct answer here. Then 19th question, which of the following is an appropriation of profit? Okay, again the same question here. Okay, options are A, interest on loan, B, interest on partner's capital, C, salary to manager, and D, rent. Okay, so again we need to critically think here. So we know what is appropriation of profits now, right? So basically it means certain expenses which should be paid only when there is profit. Clear? So from previous questions we came to know that interest on loan and rent are charged against profits, which means even if there is loss, we need to pay these two expenses. Now the remaining are B, interest on partner's capital, and C, salary to manager. Okay, so now if in question was given option as salary to partner, okay, salary to partner was given, then it was also appropriation of profit. Means when there is profit, we will pay salary to partners or else we will not pay. But here salary to manager is given. Okay, manager. So even if there is loss, we need to pay salary to the manager. Okay, I hope you understand the difference. When salary to partners is given, it is appropriation of profit. When salary to anybody other than partner is given, it is charge against profits. Even in case of loss, employees should be getting the salaries. Partners has to bear that loss. Okay, face that loss. So salary to partners is appropriation of profit. Interest on partners capital is appropriation of profit, but salary to manager is not appropriation of profit. It's charge against profit. So option C is also charge against profits. Now remaining is interest on partners capital. I told you in the previous questions as well. So when there is profit, firm will pay interest on capital to partners, or else it's not the liability of the firm. So option B is the appropriation of profits. Okay. Yes. Then, so last question, 20th question will be homework for you. You have to answer for this particular question in the comment section below. Question is profit and loss appropriation account is prepared to dash. Okay. Options A, create reserve fund. B, find out net profit. C, find out divisible profit. Or option D, none of the above. Okay, so please do let me know its answer in the comment section below. So in the next session, I'll be bringing another set of MCQs, which will be more like practical kind of things relating to fundamentals of partnership accounting. Okay, we'll do small certain practical questions on this topic. Okay, so if you like this particular video, please hit the like button, share the video with your friends. Okay, so I hope to see you all in my next session. Till that, happy learning.